Almost all of the states in the US have a lot of great things to offer, but what if I told you that some states are simply irresistible because of how amazing their attributes are? These states are known for being the best at certain things, and from a dense musical history to the greatest potential for astronomy, you simply won't believe how attractive some of these states are. So let's get into whatever US state is best at. First up is Alabama. This state is absolutely crazy about college football, especially when it comes to the University of Alabama's team, the Crimson Tide. Can you believe they've won 18 national championships? That's insane. They owe a lot of their success to legendary coaches like Bear Bryant and Nick Saban. And guess what? All this football madness pumps up Alabama's economy big time, bringing in over $170 million just from Alabama's home games every year. Next, let's talk about Alaska. If you love the great outdoors, this is the place to be. Alaska has over 663,000 square miles of untouched wilderness, including amazing national parks like Denali and Glacier Bay. These places draw in millions of tourists every year, which is a huge deal for the state's revenue. And the wildlife? Oh man, it's like a real-life nature documentary with grizzly bears, moose, and bald eagles all over the place. It's a dream come true for nature lovers. Now moving on to Arizona. This state is famous for the Grand Canyon, and for a good reason. It's a total jaw-dropper with its stunning desert landscapes and unique rock formations. Nearly 6 million people visit the Grand Canyon every year, which does wonders for Arizona's tourism. Plus, the deserts here are iconic with those saguaro cacti and those gorgeous sunsets, perfect for hiking, rock climbing, and snapping some amazing photos. Then there's Arkansas, which has something super unique: diamond mining at the Crater of Diamonds State Park. It's the only place in the world where you can dig for real diamonds and keep what you find. Since the park opened, over 33,000 diamonds have been discovered, including the famous 40.23 carat Uncle Sam diamond. That's the biggest one ever found in the US. How cool is that? Let's not forget California, especially Hollywood. This place is the heart of the entertainment world. The entertainment industry in California is massive, with an economic impact of about $242 billion and employing over 2.4 million people. Hollywood is packed with iconic film studios, TV networks, and streaming services, making tons of movies and shows that we all love. Its influence is felt all around the globe. And then we have Colorado. If you're into skiing and snowboarding, Colorado is paradise. The Rocky Mountains here offer some of the best slopes in the country. Resorts like Vail and Aspen attract millions of visitors each winter, bringing in over $4.8 billion annually. With perfect snow conditions and amazing slopes, it's a top spot for winter sports fans from all over the world. Now let's talk about Connecticut. This state is known for its top-notch educational institutions, especially Yale University, which was founded way back in 1701. Yale's rich history and academic excellence attract students from all over, making Connecticut a big name in the world of education. Additionally, Connecticut boasts one of the highest per capita incomes in the United States, driven by a robust finance sector centered in cities like Stamford. Delaware is the go-to place for businesses to get incorporated. Why? Because it has super business-friendly laws and a really efficient court system. Over 66% of Fortune 500 companies are incorporated in Delaware. They love the state's great tax structure and solid legal framework. This makes Delaware a hotspot for corporate activity and legal services, giving the state's economy a big boost. Now let's head down to Florida. When you think of Florida, you probably think of theme parks, right? Especially Walt Disney World and Universal Studios. These parks draw over 75 million visitors every year, making Orlando one of the most visited cities on the planet. The tourism industry in Florida is massive, bringing in over $90 billion annually. It supports tons of jobs and keeps the economy buzzing. Moving on to Georgia, known as the Peach State for a good reason. Georgia produces over 130 million pounds of peaches each year. The warm climate and fertile soil here are perfect for growing these delicious fruits. Georgia peaches are famous all over the country, making a big impact on the state's agricultural sector. Next, let's talk about Hawaii, the birthplace of modern surfing. With its warm waters and amazing waves, it's a paradise for surfers. The North Shore of Oahu is famous for its prestigious surfing competitions, attracting surfers from all over the world. Hawaii's surf culture is a huge draw for tourists and has a big influence on global surfing trends and lifestyles. Now, on to Idaho. This state is famous for its potatoes. Idaho's fertile volcanic soil and perfect growing conditions help farmers produce over 13 billion pounds of potatoes each year. That's about 1/3 of the nation's potatoes. This success in agriculture is a cornerstone of Idaho's economy, providing jobs and supporting many related industries. Let's swing over to Illinois, especially Chicago. This city is celebrated for its amazing architecture and stunning skyline. You've probably heard of the Willis Tower and the John Hancock Center. These are just a couple of the architectural marvels here. Chicago's rich history of innovation in architecture. Being the birthplace of skyscrapers and home to renowned architectural firms and schools makes it a unique and vibrant city. Indiana is up next with the famous Indianapolis 500. Held every year on Memorial Day weekend, it's one of the most well-known auto races in the world. The event draws over 300,000 spectators, making it the largest single-day sporting event globally. The race gives Indiana's economy a huge boost, with an estimated economic impact of over $300 million. Let's talk about Iowa. This state leads the nation in corn production thanks to its rich soil and favorable climate. Iowa farmers grow over 2.5 billion bushels of corn every year. Corn farming is a big deal in Iowa, supporting thousands of jobs and contributing to various industries like biofuels and livestock feed. Next up is Kansas. Ever heard of the wheat state? That's Kansas for you, with its massive wheat fields. They produce over 300 million bushels of wheat every year, which is nearly 20% of all the wheat in the US. That's a lot of bread. Kansas wheat farming is super important for feeding people both in the US and around the world. Now, let's head over to Kentucky. This state is all about horse racing, especially the Kentucky Derby in Louisville. Known as the most exciting 2 minutes in sports, it draws over 150,000 people every year. The Derby and the horse breeding industry bring in tons of money and create lots of jobs, making a big impact on Kentucky's economy. Next, we have Louisiana, the birthplace of jazz. New Orleans, in particular, played a huge role in the development of this music genre. The city's lively music scene, with spots like Preservation Hall, pulls in millions of tourists every year. Jazz festivals and live shows are a big part of Louisiana's culture and a huge boost for its tourism industry. Moving on to Maine, this state is famous for its lobster, which is considered some of the best in the world. Thanks to the cold, clean waters of the Atlantic, Maine lobstermen harvest over 100 million pounds of lobster annually. This makes the lobster industry a key part of Maine's economy, supporting lots of jobs and adding to the state's culinary fame. Then there's Maryland, known for its amazing crab cakes made from blue crabs caught in the Chesapeake Bay. The seafood industry here is a big deal, with Maryland harvesting millions of pounds of blue crab each year. This contributes to Maryland's economy and attracts food lovers from all over the country. Let's talk about Massachusetts next. This state is home to top universities like Harvard and MIT, making it a global leader in higher education. These institutions drive a lot of innovation and research, adding significantly to the state's economy. Massachusetts' education sector draws students from around the world, creating a diverse and vibrant academic community. Now on to Michigan, especially Detroit, which is known as the heart of the U.S. auto industry. It's home to the big three automakers, General Motors, Ford, and Chrysler. The auto industry here employs hundreds of thousands of people and is a big part of Michigan's GDP. Detroit's rich history in car manufacturing continues to influence the global automotive industry. Moving on, we've got Minnesota, known as the land of 10,000 lakes. This state is perfect for fishing, boating, and all kinds of water activities. The lakes and waterways attract tourists and locals alike, making a big impact on the outdoor recreation industry. Minnesota is dedicated to preserving its natural beauty, ensuring everyone can continue to enjoy its stunning landscapes. Now let's talk about Mississippi. Did you know it's the birthplace of blues music? The Mississippi Delta is packed with history and vibrant music scenes that attract blues fans from all over the world. The state's rich musical heritage is celebrated through festivals, museums, and landmarks. This not only keeps the culture alive, but also boosts tourism big time. On to Missouri, especially Kansas City, which is famous for its mouth-watering barbecue. Think slow-smoked meats and delicious savory sauces. Kansas City barbecue is a huge deal and draws food lovers from all across the country. The city's barbecue joints and festivals are major contributors to Missouri's food scene and tourism. Montana is up next with its stunning Glacier National Park. This place is a nature lover's paradise with breathtaking mountain views, glaciers, and lots of wildlife. Over 3 million people visit the park every year, which is a big boost for Montana's tourism. The state is dedicated to preserving this natural beauty, making it a top spot for outdoor enthusiasts. Moving on to Nebraska, this state is a beef powerhouse. With its vast ranches and cattle farms, Nebraska is one of the top beef producers in the U.S. The beef industry here supports thousands of jobs and plays a big role in the state's agricultural economy. Nebraska's beef is famous for its flavor and tenderness, making it a staple in American cuisine. Then there's Nevada, especially Las Vegas. This city is world famous for its entertainment and casinos. Over 42 million visitors come to Las Vegas every year, bringing in billions of dollars. The gaming and hospitality industries are huge here, providing tons of jobs and keeping the economy thriving. New Hampshire is known for its stunning fall foliage. People flock to the state to see the vibrant autumn colors. Scenic drives and hiking trails offer incredible views of the changing leaves, making fall a big draw for tourists. New Hampshire is committed to preserving its natural beauty, ensuring that the fall foliage remains spectacular year after year. New Jersey has a cool claim to fame with more diners than any other state. These iconic eateries are known for their comfort food and 24-hour service. Diners are a big part of New Jersey's culinary scene, attracting both locals and tourists. They play a key role role in the state's cultural identity and economy, offering a unique dining experience. New Mexico, especially Albuquerque, is home to the International Balloon Fiesta, the largest hot air balloon festival in the world. This event draws hundreds of thousands of visitors every year, giving a big boost to New Mexico's tourism industry. The state's perfect weather and beautiful landscapes make it an ideal spot for hot air ballooning. Then there's New York. The state is famous for its iconic skyscrapers, like the Empire State Building and One World Trade Center. New York City's skyline is a symbol of architectural innovation and urban development. The city's real estate and construction industries are huge contributors to its economy, and the tourism sector benefits greatly from visitors coming to see these impressive buildings. Let's move on to North Carolina. Did you know this state is a big deal in the furniture industry? They're known for their top-notch craftsmanship and design. Cities like High Point host major furniture markets that draw buyers from all over the world. The furniture manufacturing sector here is huge, providing lots of jobs and playing a key role in the state's economy. Plus, they're always coming up with new and innovative designs, keeping their reputation strong. Next, we have North Dakota, which is the top producer of sunflowers in the U.S. These sunflowers are used for oil and snacks. The state's agriculture sector benefits a lot from sunflower farming, supporting the economy and creating jobs. North Dakota is also big on sustainable farming practices, which helps keep their sunflower industry thriving and environmentally friendly. Then there's Ohio, known as the birthplace of aviation because the Wright brothers, who invented and flew the first powered airplane, are from there. Ohio celebrates its aviation heritage with lots of museums and historical sites. The aerospace industry in Ohio is still going strong, contributing a lot to the state's economy and pushing forward with new aviation technology. Oklahoma is in Tornado Alley, so it gets a lot of tornadoes every year. Because of this, the state has developed advanced meteorological research and warning systems to keep people safe. Oklahoma's skills in predicting and responding to tornadoes are recognized worldwide, and its commitment to safety and preparedness is a model for other places. Moving on to Oregon, this state is famous for its craft beer industry. There are tons of breweries here making all kinds of creative and tasty beers. The craft beer scene is a big part of Oregon's economy, attracting tourists and supporting local businesses. Oregon's focus on quality and creativity has made it a leader in the craft beer movement. Pennsylvania, especially Hershey, is known for chocolate. The Hershey Company, founded in 1894, has grown into one of the biggest chocolate manufacturers in the world. The chocolate industry in Pennsylvania supports thousands of jobs and is a major part of the state's economy, making it a sweet spot for visitors. Rhode Island is famous for its quahog clams, which are a key ingredient in the state's signature dish, clam chowder. The coastal waters here are perfect for clamming, supporting a thriving seafood industry. Rhode Island's fresh seafood and culinary traditions attract food lovers, boosting the state's tourism and economy. South Carolina has numerous historic plantations that offer a peek into the antebellum South. These plantations are important cultural and historical sites that draw visitors interested in history and heritage. South Carolina's tourism industry benefits a lot from preserving and sharing these historic landmarks. Then there's South Dakota, home to Mount Rushmore. This monumental sculpture of 4 U.S. presidents carved into a granite mountain is iconic. It attracts over 2 million visitors every year, making a big impact on the state's tourism industry. South Dakota is dedicated to preserving this national monument, ensuring that Mount Rushmore remains a top tourist destination. Moving on to Tennessee, especially Nashville. Nashville is the heart and soul of country music, known as Music City. It's packed with recording studios, music venues, and the famous Country Music Hall of Fame. The music industry here is huge for Tennessee's economy, bringing in musicians, fans, and tourists from all over the world. Now let's move on to Texas. Texas is a big deal when it comes to oil and natural gas. The state has massive oil fields and advanced tech for getting the oil out of the ground. This energy sector is a major part of Texas's economy, creating jobs and supporting many related industries. Texas's influence in the energy world is enormous. Next, Utah. If you love skiing, Utah is the place to be. The Park City area has some of the best ski resorts in the world with perfect snow and top-notch facilities. Winter sports fans flock here from everywhere, making tourism a big deal for Utah's economy. It's a top winter destination for sure. Coming down to Vermont, this state is famous for its maple syrup. They produce the most maple syrup in the US, and it's known for being super high quality and delicious. The maple syrup industry is vital for Vermont's economy, supporting local farmers and keeping the tradition alive. The state is dedicated to making syrup the old-fashioned way, which keeps the product top-notch. Now let's talk about Virginia. This state is rich in history with landmarks like Colonial Williamsburg and Monticello, the home of Thomas Jefferson. These historical sites draw millions of visitors every year, boosting Virginia's tourism and economy. Virginia works hard to preserve its history, making sure these places stay important cultural and educational spots. Moving on to Washington State, particularly Seattle. This city is a major tech hub with giants like Microsoft and Amazon calling it home. The tech industry is a big driver of Washington's economy, offering high-paying jobs and fostering innovation. innovation. Seattle's vibrant tech scene attracts talent from all over the world, making it a leader in technology. Next up is West Virginia, known for its coal mining history. This state provides a significant portion of the nation's coal and supports thousands of jobs. The coal industry is crucial to West Virginia's economy. The state is committed to mining safety and environmental sustainability, ensuring the coal industry's future viability. Let's talk about Wisconsin, the cheese capital of the U.S. Wisconsin produces a wide variety of high-quality cheeses, earning it the nickname America's Dairyland. The dairy industry is a huge part of Wisconsin's economy, supporting thousands of jobs and driving innovation in cheesemaking. Wisconsin's cheeses are known and loved worldwide for their quality. Finally, Wyoming. This state is home to Yellowstone and Grand Teton National Parks. These parks are stunning, with incredible natural beauty and diverse wildlife. They attract millions of visitors each year, giving a big boost to Wyoming's tourism industry. The state is dedicated to preserving these natural treasures, making sure they remain top destinations for nature lovers and outdoor enthusiasts. That brings us to the end of this video. Let me know which of these US states remains your favorite and why. And if you liked this video, you definitely like this other video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.